Yo, what's up guys, it's your boy, it's the Soul Boy, yup, that's me. So today we're checking out island expeditions and how to make gold with these and how to maximize efficiency to make as much gold as possible in as short a time as possible. So to begin with, we're going to check out island expeditions and what the rewards are, what we are hunting for and what we're trying to get. So when it comes to actually making gold, well, you don't really want the amount to make gold. But we're just going to go through them anyway, so we can just check out the mounts you can get. You can get the Twilight Avenger, you can get the Surf Jelly, you can also get the Craghorn Chasm Leaper, it's Chasm Leaper dudes. Kinshaw's Eternal Hound, Squawks, there we go. Well, the Kinshaw's Eternal Hound is actually interesting to me because I believe this is the first of those hounds we can get in game. That is not a pay-to-win item where like you can't buy. This is the first one you can get without actually buying it in the cash shop, so that's kind of interesting. And I do like those mounts and what they look like, and it's just interesting. So we have those mounts you can get, and now we also have a couple of toys. And these toys are also sellbound, so you can't sell them. We're gonna check them out anyway. So there are a ton of different toys you can get. There's 8 toys you can get. And we're going to go through how to specifically target certain items, which are mounts, toys, battle packs, transmog items, whatever you're trying to specifically target from your island expedition. We are going to go through that towards the end of this video and go through how to target items, but as for now we're just checking out what you can get. So after the toys you also have battle pets. Now there are a ton of battle pets. We even have an achievement you can see right here, a count-wide achievement pretty much. It's a battle pet achievement for collecting every single one of the battle pets from the island expedition. Now there are a couple of models you can see on the screen right here. I'm not going to bother showing all the models because some of them I have to click on, but you see these. They're kind of interesting, some of them look cooler than others, and there's only really 6 models up there. And there's a ton of more battle pets, and some of them look interesting, which makes them sell good as well. And some of them are really interesting movesets, which for those who are actually interested in pet battling and trying to win for some reason, I don't know why. But if you're playing this like Pokemon instead of playing Pokemon, you just want to do pet battles, then there's a couple of good pets in there with some really interesting battle moves and everything, so... But I really like the look of this black squid and also these kind of skeleton kind of monsters, the Barnaby and the Captain Nibs. They look kind of interesting to me. I imagine those go for quite a bit because they have such... They're kind of used for cosmetic, because if you have this guy following you as a battle pet, it gives you some street cred, I suppose, I don't know. But you have a ton of those battle pets you can grind as well, but the most important part, or the most fascinating part for me, are the plundered weapons and the Transmog Sets. So we're going to check out some of the weapons right now. I'm just going to scroll here and then we can switch tabs and check out some of the weapons and some of the Transmog Sets. So we have pretty much some items from, there's some new models, there's some Suleiman models, classic models, Burning Crusade models, Cataclysm, Mist of Pandaria, Warlords of Draenor. We also have Legion and some PvP models. Now most of them are recolors, but there's also some kind of mix of both, and it's usually recolors or, well, new models pretty much, or a unused model from Cataclysm, for example. You have 3 of those up here. There's unused model from Cataclysm and one more. There's some new models as well, and it's just interesting because right now, if you farm these Transmog Sets and some of these items, you have a chance, if you're a rogue, to farm a druid set that you can use on your rogue, and it's going to be a recolor, so it's going to be a druid set, but it's going to be a recolor, so you can use the druid set for your rogue, which is pretty cool in my opinion. So we're going to go through some of the weapons right now, I believe. Yeah, we can go through some of the weapons and the new models. So for me, there's 2 really big items, and I'm going to go through the first one right now, which is the Plundered Blade of the Northern Kings. Now this is pretty much a really cool looking Raikou sword, I would say. For me, this kind of has a mixed feeling of both, I don't know, Wrath of the Lich King, the Burning Crusade, and maybe even Cataclysm. I'm not even sure, dude. It's like an obsidian blade, but for Raikou's, but kind of too modern to be used by Rifles in Wrath of the Lich King. I'm not sure, dude, but it looks really, really cool. It's like an Uldar sword with obsidian, which is really cool. There's also some fire maces and everything. There's a fire axe later down the road, which is really interesting. So we're going to check out that one as well. We can just scroll through. There's some Mystic Pandaria weapons all over the place. There's some stuff and things. Now they all have such fantastic looks, I think. Like, they were all interesting to me because they look different and they all have kind of unique models. Even though they are mostly recolors, there's some new ones in there, new models. But they are mostly recolors, which I don't know. Because I haven't seen too many of these before in the game, which is like fascinating to me. But I'm just gonna scroll through them pretty fast, so you can just check them out for yourself. And see if there's any of them you like, and then you can just target them. This one, the Plundered Desert Hexer, is pretty cool. I like this one for a troll at least. It has that troll, dark, Loa thing to it, like that theme. So using that one is a one-hander, right? It's a wand. That is a really cool wand. What the that's really cool, dude. And then you have Plundered, this one as a fist weapon, really cool as well. Like, holy dude, that is... It's so much cool stuff. The Plundered Dragon Roe Barrel. Oh my god. This one is pretty cool. Plundered Obsidian Scale Smasher, that's a maze. Now that one is pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. I can just imagine this one with like a fire enchant being really cool. Or like the elemental weapon enchant or what it's called, could be really cool. And we're also gonna check, let's just scroll down. This one is pretty cool as well. Where's this? There it is. Holy, what the? Like, look at this thing. It's a fish. It's a demonic fish. But it looks so damn cool. Like, imagine this one with the PvP enchant that makes your weapon have like a black glow. Imagine that on this sword. It would be like, it would look like an old god. Like an old god fishy demon sword. With like black stuff like coming out the sword, which is really insane. Could be an intense weapon, and I think it looks cool. And then this grimoire is actually the best grimoire I've seen on all my life, pretty much. The codex or whatever. The best offhand I've seen so far in World of Warcraft, I think. Now, this could be a recolor, and it could be a similar one out there. I just haven't seen that one yet, so if that is the case, then that's my bad, and I'm just being misinformed. But there's so many cool looking weapons. And I still haven't seen the one that I'm looking forward to. Like, it's been a couple of them, but the most fantastic, or not the most one, the Obsidian Sword is still my favorite, but there's one more right here, the Plundered Molten Reaper. Really cool looking axe. It should be a two-hander axe, yep. It's a two-hander axe. It goes for 500k right now on my server. I'm not really sure why, because I feel like this could be a recolor. But then again, I haven't seen anything like this in the game, and it looks really cool. And I could imagine this being really useful with some transmog sets, like a Molten Core transmog set, or Ragnaros Firelance set, or anything really. Blackhand set, perhaps, could be really cool as well. And that's pretty much it for the weapons. There's one really cool Legion weapons as well, a Legion weapon, but this one would be way cooler if it was a one-hand, but it's a two-hand, which kind of takes some of the hype away. And that's it, those are the weapons. So we are now going to go over to the transmog sets, which in my opinion are equally as awesome, but they should be way faster to go through. So we can just check out the pictures right here. There's only really 12 pictures to look at, really, 12, 14 pictures to look at. So we have the Bloodwake Island set, and I believe this one is a whole new look, like it's not a recolor or anything. This is a whole new look to BFA, which looks really cool in my opinion. It has like kind of Raikou. I don't know, just for me it reminds me of Raikou from Wrath of the Lich King from long ago. I don't know why, but those horns just reminds me of Grizzly Hills for some reason. And then we have this Dragon Rider Island set, not really anything too fantastic there. Those shoulders do look kinda good. They're kinda mean, I kinda like those, but now we get to the most like fantastic transmog set in my opinion. The Firekin Druid of the Flame Island set, which is honestly everything I could ask for. Whenever the Learis Locket came out in Firelands, or well in Cataclysm, I was grinding for that item, which was not even a toy back in the day. I was grinding for that item on my druid for so long. Like, I wanted that item to look like this. I just needed that in my life. And now it's a toy, so even if you just have it on one character, so you can use it on any character you want. But now it's gonna be a transmog set. So you can now use this on a rogue, or whatever. You still can, but you need to have the toy. And to get a toy you need reputation, and not everyone's gonna want to farm it the reputation. So selling this transmog set could make you millions. I am not even over exaggerating, this could make you millions. It should be the most important and most, well, expensive transmog set in the island expedition right now. So this one, you should aim for this one, target this one, try to kill some mobs that drops this set. I don't know which kind of mobs in the islands drop this, because I haven't really seen an invasion in the islands of these mobs. But if you see any mobs, any night elves, any night elves or any night elves with fire armor, kill them. Kill them in the island to get that loot on your loot table, and try to specifically target this, but we'll get into that in just a second. We're just going to look at the other sets briefly. So this is a recolor. This is a recolor. Looks pretty cool actually, like, not gonna lie. Hunter tier 11. Didn't think that looked this cool, but I'll take it, dude. And then we have this one, should be a new set as well, I believe. Then we have this one, it's a recolor. This one is a recolor. I believe this was from Dragon Soul, or the Bastion of Twilight, I'm not really sure. One of those, I believe. And then another recolor from the Amani plate, which is really cool in my opinion, but this could be farmed from the Sulgurub or Sulfarak, the dungeons of course. And then we have another recolor, one more recolor, really cool one though in my opinion, another recolor, and two more recolors. So those are the transmog sets you can farm, you can sell them, they are BOE, you can sell them in the auction house when you get them, could make you millions. Some of them are of course better than others, as in the Firekin set is insane, and I believe a lot of people will buy that, and we can just check out the animation of the Firekin set, so let's just check that out as well. So as you can see, the Firekin set has 4 different pieces, and it shouldn't really come as any surprise that the shoulders should be the part of the set that should be selling for the most, unless it's like the Void Elf, where for example, the chest piece gives you the shoulder glow, or the head piece gives you the shoulder glow. But as long as that glow on the shoulder pads come from the shoulders, those shoulders are going to go for a ton of gold. And I would even go as far as saying, on my server I should probably, if I got these shoulders right now, there's none on the auction house for me, I would put them up there for 3 million gold, like, I'm not even questioning it. 3 million gold for these shoulders, someone's gonna buy them. Even on my server, which is medium population, and not really that transmog heavy, I still believe they would sell for 3 mil, but it depends on your server, where you are, and how many people know about the island expeditions, and how many actually take the time out of their day to be bored and to farm this, because farming these expeditions is really boring. And it also depends on how many farm them while specifically targeting rewards. And then it depends on their RNG, on how often they meet night elves and how often they meet night elves with flame armor. So we're going to go right now into how to target island expedition rewards. So, sorry about that was a hiccup. So we can just talk about it right now on how to target specific rewards in island expeditions. So when you go into an island expeditions, you have several ways of doing this. You can, well, the most used way is to just rush Azeroth and try to finish as fast as possible, because everyone believes, or used to believe, that you only had a chance of looting some items after you complete an expedition, and you maybe had a chance of looting one item. But after people doing a ton of research, we have found out that one person can loot several pieces of loot from one expedition, and what you loot is relevant to what you kill. So for example, if you killed a ton of pirates in one expedition, that will greatly increase the chances of you getting the parrot mounts. So let me just read some from Wowhead, and I'll even leave a link in the description for you to find this as well. It's a really useful link, and pretty much if you just take 2 minutes to read this, 2, 3, 4 minutes to read everything, you will know so much more about island expeditions, but I will pretty much read everything for you. So if you want to listen to my shitty voice with shitty accent reading stuff to you, then go ahead. So pretty much theory to targeting island expedition rewards. Thanks to the amount of information provided from players, it has been determined that island expeditions rewards can be targeted based on what you kill during the expedition. While killing certain creatures does not guarantee you the items themed to that creature, it does enable the chance for a player to get items related to that creature at the end of the expedition. So pretty much whenever you kill a mob, let's say you kill a crab, let's say you kill a rare crab or like crab mobs in general, anything that those crabs or that crab rare could drop gets added to your loot table, which your loot is picked from at the end of the expedition. So you have a certain chance of looting each and every one of those items. So if the crab pet has a 1% drop chance of crabs and a 10% drop chance of the rare, you would kill a ton of crabs in the rare and you should have a somewhat high percentage of looting the pet. So you pretty much do that, and before going on, it is worth mentioning that the amount of rewards that can be obtained from a single island expedition varies greatly. On personal experience, I have seen, well, this is the guy writing, he has seen up to 5 items rewarded to a single player, which was 2 green transmogs, 1 blue transmog, 1 quest item, and 1 pet, from 1 expedition win or victory. It is also unclear if the difficulty level of island expeditions has an impact on the rewards and the chances, but there are certain rewards that are better for farming, and I will get to that in a couple of minutes. So we can talk about how it works in a simple version. So many island expedition rewards are themed off of the creatures and invasions that occur during the expedition. So for example, Squawks, the Pirate Mount, is a mount reward from the expeditions that is pirate themed. If you encounter some pirate themed rare creatures and manage to kill them, pirate themed items such as the mount and pirate mount may show up on the loot window at the end of the expedition for one of the participating players. So it's not just for your loot table, but it's for the group's loot table, and then each member of the group has a chance of looting the mount. Another example is the Plundered Blade of the Northern Kings, which is a very popular Vrykul themed transmog sword. Encountering and killing Vrykul themed creatures on an island expedition may cause this sword to show up on the loot table. This means that if you are looking to collect certain rewards, you will really want to scout out as much of the island as possible in search of those special enemies. Again, at the very end, it still comes down to RNG on if anyone in the group manages to loot the items related to the creatures you just killed. But keep at it, and just keep at the grind and you will start to see those results. Now, when it comes to how to actually target the rewards you can target them 2 ways. You have island creature theme, and you have invasion events at the island expeditions. So for the first one, the creature theme, the 3 islands every week will also come with a creature theme shown on the expedition map interface when queuing for island expeditions. The creature themes associated with each island are also shown in the Today in World of Warcraft section on the Wowhead homepage, so if you're planning to do this, you might want to stop by Wowhead and just check out what the creature is in Today in Wowhead, or Today in World of Warcraft on Wowhead, to see what kind of creature theme there is in island expeditions, just to get a rough idea of what you could expect. So the second way, you just don't need to know anymore about the creature theme really, just go into Today in WoW on Wowhead, you should be fine. Now the second way of targeting, you have invasion events, and these occur throughout the island. You have several stages of this, and you pretty much already know what this is, but you probably haven't thought it through. So you have 3 major waves. You have 3 waves of major events or invasions that occur after certain criteria are met throughout your expedition. So just to give you an exact example of how the events are triggered, Stage 1, this begins immediately after the expedition begins. This consists of small camps of special enemies spawning in, and friendly NPCs getting in trouble. Now stage 2 is after some of the asteroid has been collected between both factions. A single event occurs at a location around the island offering a large amount of asteroids. As of now, this is always the spawning of the Unbound Monstrosity Elementa, and I don't think killing that one has too many benefits really. It will give you asteroid, but for you right now, even if you lose the expedition, you will still get your rewards, as in the mouse, the pets, the toys, the transmogs, whatever you're looking for, the quest items if that's what you want. You will still get that at the end of the expedition, even if you lose. So winning or losing, you should not care. You should just be farming for whatever you're looking for. So after you have collected some asteroids, the NPCs will shout out to you. If you have, well, sound on in game, you should get a notification, and there should be a big, or well, probably not big, but there should be a red cross or a red X on your map where you could go, but don't mine up any asteroid, just look for the rares and kill those. Kill the rares and kill the mobs, and now that's stage 2. Stage 3 is when much more asteroid has been collected between both factions. The final wave of events occurs around the island, consisting of an invasion of new creatures. Now this is when a ton of the same creatures come into the island, and around these creatures there is usually a ton of mining nodes you can mine for asteroid, but you should not do that once again because you're here to farm for items and look for specific rewards, and well, mining asteroids is just gonna counteract that really, because then you will end the expedition faster, you will lose your third wave, and that third wave is pretty much when you can just grind out those kills. If that is the creature you're looking for, of course, but even so, you just want to farm some rares, you want to scout some rares, kill those, and just focus on the third stage, I would say. So just focus on killing mobs and killing rares, and don't open any chests, don't mine anything. The third wave should be when you focus on killing those mobs and just killing rares. And after you have done that, you should be done with the expedition, and you can do that on rinse and repeat. So once again, what you do is you would split into 3 groups at the beginning of the island and scout out where the rares are, and then you run around in a circle, maybe kill the horde first if they're killing one of your rares. You want to kill them first, and then you go in a circle, or you go in a circle, you kill the rare together. So each of you are a participant on the rare, so the loot is added to your loot table. You want to do that and do that in a circle, and then you should have the second wave where you can kill one rare, then you should have the third wave right around the corner. If you're on normal difficulty at least, you should do that. And after the third wave you should be done. Now the higher difficulty you're on, the longer these will last, but then again, the higher difficulty you're playing on, the better the enemy team will be. So for me, I would say farming this on normal would be the best, because then you have the most time possible to farm whatever you're farming for. Because even though on harder difficulties there is more asteroid to be collected, I believe the speed of the enemy team outweighs the fact that you have to collect more asteroids. So if you're looking to kill the rares and just grinding for gold pretty much, you want to do it on normal or heroic, don't go into mythic. That's just my opinion, but I think that works the best, so yeah. That is pretty much how you make gold with island expeditions. It was a long video really, longer than I thought it would be, but I just thought I wanted to get everything out there as clear as I could be, and I hope you enjoyed the video, like really. This is gonna be one of my new gold making ways, I think, because I'm kind of bored right now. When it comes to skinning, farming BOEs, I still like farming mounts, but then again, the BOE farms are usually better than the mount farms. Like, when you farm mounts, you farm BOEs as well. But there are better farms in Zuldasar than Muldoon, and Zuldasar does not have a mount. And I like the fact that I can get a mount. And in Island Expeditions, I can still get a mount, but I just can't sell it, so I don't know. But I'm gonna leave the video there, so leave a comment on what you think about this. Are you gonna do any expeditions at all to try to make some gold? But I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, then leave a like, and subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you around. Peace.